Yo, good morning. It is Sunday and we are riding to work. That's a good thing. Sounds like it sucks, but it does. But it's a good thing because I only have to work for a couple hours and it gives me the opportunity to go for a nice little bike ride. So we're going to start off on Santiago Creek Trail and we're going to ride, who knows, from there. More than likely through Santa Ana, which I know I do a lot, but it's actually the quickest way to get to work without having to speed. So that's what we're going to do. It's very cold. It's about 43 degrees. That's why I'm all bundled up like this. I just noticed though my neck's not covered up right here. Anyway, let's get rolling. I've got a guy down here right at the beginning of the trail feeding the ducks, which sucks because he's got them all covering the bike path. So if I have to go through, I'm going to mess up his operation, which I feel very self-conscious about, but I don't really want to. Oh, he's leaving, so that's good. No, he's throwing trash away. Anyway, hopefully he doesn't get too annoyed, but it is a bike trail. All right, so let's start the little trip setting here. So we're in pedal assist 3 right now, gear 4, and yes, he's done with the ducks. Perfect timing. Let's roll. Here goes the brakes. Oh, the brakes. Oh. All right, duckies. All right. So yeah, I really need to figure out these pedal assist settings so I like the way it is right now. I just need to be able to go. Right now I'm pedaling, which I haven't been doing on this bike, but I need to keep my legs in shape. I spent all that, almost 5 weeks on the G1 getting into shape, and then I get on this. I'm doing throttle only for the last 3 days. So it's good because my legs actually were sore the whole month. Every day my legs were sore. But it was easy to work them out. So once I stretch out in the morning, start riding, they weren't sore all day. They're just sore like when I wake up. And now they're not. So I think my leg muscles have fully recovered. So this is nice. I still have some pedal. Let's go into pedal assist 4. We're in pedal assist 4, gear 7. It's a little too hard to pedal, so we'll go into 6. It's just not going to allow me to go over. Go into 5. Let's go into 4. It's not going to allow me to go 20. 20 is probably my favorite speed to ride at. I feel like I'm going fast enough to make progress, but I'm also not going too fast. I can still react. So yeah, this is max speed using pedaling for me, unless I go into 5. But when you go into 5, no matter what gear I'm in, yeah, I'll be going fast, too fast. it's gonna just give me full power 100%. I did adjust my the shifter a little bit. So yeah, this is a common route, but it's not a common time. I don't know what time it is right now. I'm guessing it's probably, I don't know, 7 a.m. probably. So I'm usually going much earlier than this. So definitely, you know, you hear more birds, longer shadows. It definitely has a different feeling, so I don't feel like it's repetitive. But there's only so many ways to get to work. Yeah, I think this is yeah, more enjoyable than, you know, the testing, going through the testing routes. All right, we're gonna hill climb. Pedal assist 4, gear 3, or 2, 3. Going to 4, going to 5. So it looks like the adjustment I made is working just fine. It's kind of nice to be pedaling again. So if I was going much faster, I would definitely be frozen here. Somebody got kicked out of the tent. There was a tent right there with somebody in the tent, and then there was another person just sleeping on the bike path. So they must have gotten into a little conflict. Somebody got kicked out. Homeless in the doghouse. Freezing deezing. Ooh, mud. We don't like mud. Yeah, when I was a kid, if there was mud, I was going in it. I love the mud. They have a whole irrigation system down here running next to the running next to this creek. All these trees, they actually have it's all wet down there. Same over here. Nice fall morning. So this would be the opportunity to see how this bike does on a round trip from to work and back, but I probably won't do that because yeah, it's just in my nature to want a fully charged bike, and I don't have to work very long, so yeah, it's not gonna it's not going to I don't think the bike's going to charge all the way anyway. So let's go up onto the street. I was going to trip out. There's a little homeless camp right here, but we've all seen the homeless camps down in on the trail and in the creek bed, so it's really not that interesting. All right, so now we're on the open road. We're on Cambridge. All right, here we go. Pedal assist 5. Going over the 22 freeway. Definitely riding at risk. Like I said in my other videos, you may or may not have seen them, so I'll go ahead and mention again. I did get a flat on my way home on Friday. So I was on Flower Street, and it was kind of a pretty humdrum ride Friday, and I was indecisive as always of which way to go, so I kind of took this alternative route to Flower Street and got over past, I think it was past Civic Center Drive, and noticed the bike was feeling strange, and sure enough the tire was extremely low, and I found a good sized self-drilling screw in the tire, probably a number 12, 3/4 of an inch long. So I did have a bottle of slime, and I've never gone down that road. Let's go down this road. Maybe I have on accident, but this is, I usually go on Old Grand. Let's check this out. I don't know the name of this street. Let's see what it's called. But yeah, so let's see where we're at here. This is called Linwood. It looks just like Old Grand, but it's got this little curvy action here. It may or may not go through. We'll see. So yeah, when the screws are that big, you got to pull them out. So I pulled the screw out, because otherwise, I mean, if I would have kept riding, it would have just tore up the tube so bad I wouldn't have been able to get it aired up. So I didn't think that it was going to air up, to be honest with you. But yeah, pumped the slime in, spun the tire, put a little bit of air in it, got the tire lined up on the rim, put a little more air in it, kept spinning it, and you know, it was kind of holding at like between 5 and 10 psi, but it wasn't, you know, going past that. But as I kept spinning the tire, we're back on Old Grand, it sealed it up, so that was nice. And interestingly enough, after that, it kind of you know, made me feel a little bit more excited about the ride, knowing that, you know, I wasn't going to have to walk. I wasn't going to have to bother my wife to come pick me up. I was probably, 5 or 6 miles from home. All right, so we are now on Santa Clara. So yeah, this is a pretty common route for me to take. So like I said, it is repetitive, and especially when you're putting out a video every day and riding twice a day, 5 days a week. Yeah, there's going to be some repetitiveness. Yeah, so I will get my little manual out and figure out how I can get to 20 miles an hour and, let's say, pedal assist 4, and then while pedaling, so that I can have that proper increments of speeds. Because as you recall with the electric, I like to pedal. I guess I can pedal in 5 and then chill. Yeah, this bike just wants to take off. So we're just gonna do throttle for right now. Let's go down this street. So this is a type of elm tree, right? What kind of, they're called, it's not a Chinese weeping elm? I'm not too sure. But these, the branches on these trees actually are very, they break very easy. My mom used to have one, in her front yard, and yeah, if you don't trim them, they break really easy. I think that's why a lot of these only have a couple of big, massive branches. I'm sure a lot of them have been removed or broken off. So I was watching Tell Happy and saw his review on that Express 750 from Electric commuter bike. It has the handlebars that go back, that relaxed kind of Dutch style bike. Those handlebars step through. I really like that bike. I don't know why. I've been wanting a bike like that, as far as even just a regular pedal bike, like a little 3-speed one or something. But Anyway, yeah, I would definitely get the long range one, obviously. I think as with all their bikes, I think the long range for them is on that, like on that one and the XP, the long range is a 14 amp hour battery versus like a 10 amp hour one. It does have a torque sensor, but you know, if it has a 750 watt motor with a torque sensor, I think that's, I don't know, I think that's fine. For the one that he's riding, it was like $12.99. All right, so we are on 17th Street, and we're gonna turn onto Spurgeon, and we're just gonna roll through some Santa Ana neighborhoods. Oh wow. General Association of Vietnamese Buddhist Laity. Cool. I like the statue. Looks very cool with the sun kind of shining on it. So I don't know how the warranty works on this bike. I'm gonna have to call up Windhorse. I'm just curious because I bought it through Purchasing Power, and then Purchasing Power does offer Purchasing Power does offer, you know, 3-year warranties and stuff like that for a little bit of extra money a week. But I was trying to keep the payments as low as possible. If I was gonna make, $2 or $3 more a week payments on it, I would have got the pro version of this bike. But really, yeah, the only thing I would have, like I talked about before, the pro version of this bike is going to have a bigger headlight and look like dual crown fork, and then the hydraulic brakes, and that would have been the extra amount, which it wasn't that much more. It was $300 more, but out of all that, the only thing I would have really preferred was the hydraulic brakes. I mean, I think most bikes come with hydraulic brakes these days, but this is probably, this bike was probably built in, it's not like they just built this bike. This bike was probably assembled in 2023. I'm sure this is an older bike. So back then, a lot more bikes were just mechanical brakes. So we're on 5th Street right now. We're gonna come over here to French Street and then cut across. We got to go across First Street. Super squeaker. Super squeaker. Man, it's so cold right now. Sometimes the alley's blocked. Oh, it's not blocked. Let's go. Let's go see the aftermath of the weekend in the alley. Uh-oh, sounds like something's stuck in my tire, guys. So right here on Friday, so when my bike got the flat, I was down here a few blocks, and I was right on Main, and there was a truck that had broke down right here on this street. That was 3rd Street. There was 2 guys, one was trying to steer it, one was trying to push it, and the road is totally been faced. All the asphalt's been pulled off down to the concrete because they're going to redo the street. These poor guys are trying to push this. It was a Chevy, I don't know what it was, like a full-size Chevy. I don't know what Chevy makes. That's you know, it's kind of like a what's the word, a Chevy, I don't know, whatever full-size Chevys that have the back on them, like a Yukon or something like that. I know Chevy doesn't make Yukon, but what's Yukon? Is that GMC? I don't know. Doesn't matter, but you get the idea. A full-size truck. And so it was right after I fixed my flat, so it was kind of cool to come across them, and I parked my bike and was able to help them push it a few hundred feet. Yeah, it's strange how my spirits were definitely not low, but it was just that day when I got the flat. But it was just kind of cool how you know, facing a simple adversity of a flat tire. It's pretty commonplace. When you ride as much as I do, it happens, you know. No matter what preventative measures you take, that actually brought my spirits up. And then you see somebody broke down and you're able to help them, and then that helps even more. So it ended up, to me, starting out a pretty humdrum ride, and then ended up being kind of cool. So we are on to Kuban. So we're gonna cut this direction. So that was Cypress we're on. We're gonna cut over to Orange. Orange Tree Avenue so we can cross this busy street using a light. So yeah, I don't have anything in my wardrobe to for cold weather, and cold weather is so rare. In Southern California, this is as cold as it gets right now, and so I don't have winter jackets. So I have to layer. So I have, I have a t-shirt, a long sleeve hoodie, windbreaker, and then my old mechanic's jacket, gloves, and then I wore my extra long socks that go to my knees, and that's it. And then my Carhartt full head covering. Alright, so we are up to Edinger. Is this light going to change for us, though, is the question. Oh yeah, we have another vehicle here, so yeah. Wow, that sun feels good. Oh yeah, my gloves aren't made for e-biking or biking, but these are Volcom snowboarding gloves. I don't snowboard. But a friend of mine at work bought these for me last year. So I always think, I want a faster bike. I've talked about it before, like with, wanting that E-Cells Dual Star or something like that. Something with a high output motor and controller, something fast. Where I can go at least 40 miles an hour, 35 or 40. But on this commute, there's not a lot of, I guess there wouldn't be a lot of opportunities for me to be able to go that fast safely. I mean, having that torque would be nice in the city, but do I really want to be riding? It actually is safer to be able to ride with traffic and being able to keep up with the cars. But at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of stress that comes along with riding those types of speeds and in those types of conditions. Do you really want to? I definitely wouldn't want to ride that way all the time, super fast in traffic. I think just doing stuff like this, finding routes where you can just take it easy on residential, just have a chill ride. So up here, this street's not open yet. I can get through right there. But I don't want to ride through a road construction zone and get a flat tire. So they have, like, when they're doing concrete work, they use these little things called dobies, and they use that for the rebar. They set the rebar on it, and then they do you pull your concrete over it. So they're doing a lot of sidewalks and a lot of different things like that. And those little blocks, I don't know that they're using them, but this is where my mind is going over there. I picture a bunch of these old dobies, and a lot of times they're so they have little metal bars, little metal wire that comes out of the top of these little mini concrete blocks, and they wrap, they tie those around the rebar to hold the rebar in place. So I just picture a bunch of those in my head in that area where they're doing the sidewalk. And they break, a lot of times they're rusted and they break off really easy. So I picture all these little pieces of wire right there. So this is another spot. I ride every day, but in the street, the cars pick up all the nails and all the sharp objects into their tires already, so I don't have to worry about flats as much when I ride in the street. But down here on the side where I usually ride, definitely more vulnerable to flats. I mean, there's tons of broken glass, and anything that doesn't get picked up by vehicle tires, it all gets pushed over here. And since I am riding at risk, the rear tire, I mean, it could have a slow leak. The slime did obviously work, but that hole had to have been massive. Sorry about the brakes. Pretty nice being able to ride on this road without all the cars going by. We do have some traffic coming behind us. I also feel like this bike is these tires, maybe they've lost a little bit of air but they've lost that. I feel like they're really grabbing onto the road a lot better. They're starting to get kind of worn in, the little knobbies. So I think instead of me just riding on that one center knobby line, I'm actually riding on that set of 3. Like we have more surface area on the ground. You can go, you can go, you can go. I don't know what that car is doing there. Yeah, I just feel like I've mellowed out on these bikes. When I ride when I was riding the electric, I really went through this phase where I was just like, just riding as fast as I could and taking these hectic rides on Main, weaving in and out of cars and going on the sidewalk and jumping off curbs and just kind of, I was being safe in a way, but not really, I don't think I was taking a lot of risks, but I was just riding more aggressively. And then you get on the gravel bike where it's quite the opposite. We're going at very slow speeds and, a lot of sidewalks, a lot of really mellow routes. Now we get back on an e-bike. I start to want to be more relaxed. Your day-to-day life, my day-to-day life has a lot of stress potential. I don't feel stressed, but at times it gets that way. So then why, when you have the opportunity to, because your body releases chemicals. So when you ride aggressively, those same chemicals that are your fight or flight. Oh man, that glass. Ew, that was bad. The fight or fight response probably releases similar, the same chemicals, right? So if you're putting yourself into danger, I think that can be a lot of stress on the body. So, why not just take it easy? And I think it makes for a better video. Sometimes you watch these videos, like, sometimes it's fun to watch videos that are a little more exciting, but I think there's like a middle ground. Sometimes I'll watch videos and you're just like almost like you're almost like gritting your teeth because you're just like, oh man, whoa, watch out for that. Or, like John Hicks, just that constant stress. Got a shuttle for the John Wayne behind me right now. All right, so we're almost here. All right, so we're gonna pedal now. I'm trying to help, but I'm ghost pedaling. Alright, so we're on MacArthur. So let's see, this has been, so I've rode this bike, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week. So that's, we're just gonna use, I don't know if I should call it 23 miles or 24 miles or 25 miles. I guess 23 miles each way. So that's, what, 69? So 69. I rode probably, 6 miles yesterday, so let's say 75. So we haven't reached the 100-mile mark yet. Unfortunately, this display and the data we have on this display isn't going to be accurate. Wherever it says the mileage, the total mileage on this, the odometer, it's not going to be accurate. So we're just gonna have to ballpark it, which is fine, and then try to figure out when we get to the 100-mile, and then we can do our 100-mile review. They're right. When they're turning, I realized they're turning into the sun. And so I was like cautious, and I looked over at that girl's face, and it was completely in the sun. She couldn't see anything. All right, here we are, guys. Here we are. Oh man, those brakes are bad. All right, let's see. Frozen hands. So this is saying we went 14 miles. Oh wait, no, right here it says 11.4 miles. So this is accurate. 51 minutes. I can't read what, so that says 14. I don't understand. But nothing's saying, I don't see an odometer. So I'll have to figure out, I'm sure it's there. I just don't know. Oh, you know what? I probably have to go. Right. No. All right. It doesn't matter. We're not too concerned about that. So this is saying 11.3 miles, 46 minutes. Top speed 22. Average speed 14. Crazy. Let's see how cold it is still. I'm frozen. So I don't know if you can see it, 48 degrees still. All right. Well, not incredibly exciting, but I don't know. For me, it was enjoyable. And hopefully you'll enjoy it too. And we'll catch you on the next ride. Maybe the ride home. Who knows? Who knows what's next?